The question of rebirth and reincarnation has long captivated humanity. Within the context of Buddhist philosophy, understanding samsara and nirvana provides a valuable key to broadening cultural horizons. Despite the apparent complexity of these concepts, their essence can be revealed on an accessible level. It is important to understand that samsara is not a geographical concept, not a specific place from which one must escape. It is a common misconception that the world of humans is samsara and nirvana is some distant place. In reality, samsara is a state of being, characterized by mental and physical suffering of varying intensity. It is a continuous cycle of birth, aging, death, and rebirth, occurring in different worlds and bodies determined by karma. Samsara, literally meaning endless wandering, is conditioned by the state of mind, its ignorance and distorted perception of reality, that is, ignorance and denial of the true nature of things. While in samsara, an individual constantly accumulates karma, which leads to new uncontrollable rebirths. The cycle of existence, known as samsara, holds sway over those who are mired in negative states of consciousness. These defilements, like chains, bind the mind, generating anxiety and leading to new rebirths, old age, and inevitable death. A person entangled in the nets of craving, consumed by the flames of anger, and blinded by the veil of ignorance, becomes a puppet of their own passions. Their mind, enslaved by these vices, drives them to suffering, personal, others, and collective. They are doomed to experience heartache and profound sorrow. The pursuit of nirvana is the compass that guides a Buddhist. Nirvana is not just a word, it is the horizon towards which every practitioner strives. But how can we describe what lies beyond our experience? Any attempt to clothe nirvana in words will inevitably be incomplete and approximate, for it is a completely different reality, a different way of existence. Samsara, on the other hand, is familiar to us in the smallest detail. We live in it, breathe it, and yet let's try to lift the veil on nirvana. It is important to realize that it is not a geographical place, but a special state of consciousness, characterized by the complete eradication of all impurities and distortions of the mind. It is a crystal-clear understanding of the true nature of things, and as a consequence, absolute liberation from the shackles of samsara, escape beyond the cycle of births and deaths. Rejecting false beliefs opens the way for a person where there is no place for actions that cause suffering, neither for oneself nor for others, nor for both together. Their mind is free from torment and despondency, for they have reached completion, fulfilled what was destined, cast off the burden of cares, and achieved the true goal. The impurities of their soul are cleansed, the paths leading to rebirth are broken, and they have attained freedom through wisdom. Nirvana is a reality that can be grasped directly, outside of time and space. It beckons with its allure, calls for knowledge, and leads to the ultimate goal, revealing itself only to the wise, capable of independent comprehension. As Buddha emphasized, no one can forcibly lead to nirvana. It is a path that each must walk themselves. Fortunately, the potential of Buddha, that is, the ability to reach nirvana, is inherent in every living being. However, due to a lack of understanding, some mistakenly believe that nirvana is complete annihilation, disappearance into nothingness, a kind of cosmic suicide. This view is fundamentally wrong. On the contrary, nirvana is the cessation of the endless series of rebirths, that very cosmic suicide that we are so enthusiastically engaged in while in the cycle of samsara. The widespread misunderstanding of nirvana stems from the fact that its description, as a state of consciousness radically different from our ordinary experience, is often reduced to a series of negations. Instead of positive characteristics, we are told that in nirvana there is no birth, no movement, no stability, no extinction, no causality. It lacks affirmation, action, and any support. The difficulty of grasping nirvana lies in the very nature of samsaric perception, limited by the framework of the familiar. Imagine how difficult it is to explain to a cat the value of books, which do not fit into its system of coordinates. Books are not food, not a threat, but something completely different, incomprehensible. Similarly, nirvana appears as neither this nor that to those who are mired in samsara. Unlike nirvana, samsara is easily explained because it is our everyday experience. However, as one progresses in spiritual practice, the understanding of practitioners deepens, and their reasoning becomes increasingly incomprehensible to the uninitiated. This is reminiscent of a dialogue between two physicists discussing complex theories. Their speech sounds like a meaningless set of terms, requiring deep knowledge to understand. It is worth noting that most lay Buddhists do not strive to achieve nirvana in this life, recognizing its exceptional complexity. Their goal is to improve their current life and possibly secure a better future rebirth. The eternal question that stirs the mind is, what awaits the enlightened after the demise of their physical form? Buddha, the great teacher, wisely noted that the very framing of the question is incorrect, as there is no separate and unchanging self, but that is a topic for another discussion. If we give a simplified, though not entirely accurate answer, the enlightened after death, go to various corners of the universe, usually to realms that rise above our mortal world. For karma, that relentless force no longer has power over them, does not drag them into uncontrolled rebirths. The transition from cyclical existence to a state of nirvana is truly a magnificent process, marking a move from slavery to freedom, from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, from the mirages of illusions to genuine reality. It is no coincidence that we are said to be in a slumber, dreaming, and Buddha, whose name in Sanskrit means the awakened one, is the one who managed to escape the embrace of sleep. And here lies the greatest miracle. What we are accustomed to considering reality, especially here in the world of humans, is far from the most pleasant place or state. But this unattractiveness is due solely to our illusions, distortions of the mind, our inability to tame it. Ignorance is not a lack of knowledge of the world's structure, but rather a misunderstanding of its true